feel like I'm saying this at the beginning of every video at the moment, but today's ride is another bucket list climb. So I'm at Lago del Corlo, which is on the north side of the Monte Grappa Massif. And Monte Grappa is a climb that's been on my to-do list for several years. It's got a really rich history. It was at the forefront of World War I, so there'll be a bit more of that later on. It's a 58-mile loop with about 6,500 feet of climbing, setting off from the campsite here at Lago del Corlo, going around to Semonzo, I think it's called, and taking up the 20k climb from there, which is, there's 5 different ways up Monte Grappa. This is probably considered the hardest. It's not the longest, but it is the steepest. So I'm really looking forward to this. I considered driving to the start of this climb today, and I'm so glad I didn't, because this route in is absolutely gorgeous. Although I am already missing the comfort of the mountain bike, especially on that little section there, which I thought was a road, but actually it was a road once upon a time, and now it's exclusively for bikes. But that means there is a lot of rubbish on it, and I did miss my full suspension and my big tractor tyres at that point. You know you're close. You know you're close to the mountain you're looking for when there's paragliders dotted around the sky like fireflies. Look at that. So this is Semonzo. This is where the start of the climb is. Semonzo is kind of widely regarded as the toughest climb for Monte Grappa. Absolutely no messing. from flat straight into 7%. The average gradient for the entire climb is 8%. So there's going to be some really tough sections. I have performed my usual trick and managed to arrive at this climb at the hottest part of the day. It's currently 31 degrees, so I'm going to have to get rid of this base layer, and unfortunately you're going to see some skin. Just stopped in the shade for a couple of minutes because it's topped out at 35 degrees already. I don't know if it's going to get any hotter. I was kind of hoping the higher I got. We call it Reget, but it's not a particularly high mountain. It's about 1800 meters, just short. But you do start at almost zero. So at least I'm not alone up here. Look at these guys living their best life. This is tough. I did just get a nice rest because I stopped to help two Slovenians with a puncture. The chap was brand new to road biking and he had a CO2 canister and nothing to use with it. And he had tyre levers, but he didn't have anything to get the wheel off the bike. So I've done my good deed for the day. Got 3.5 miles left to go. It's just so unbelievably hot. I couldn't have picked a worse time of day. It's like 30, it's well in the 30s. I've seen 35 on the Garmin. It hasn't dropped below 30 the whole climb. And I'm on a section that's like 12% more. Yeah, just have a little rest. This mountain is relentless. Like, there's just no let up. It's just incredibly steep from the bottom to the top. Like, it's horrific. That is the top, just up there. It's something pretty cool to see when we get there. Right, once again I've had to stop. This time I've had to stop because I've got cramp at about 1.5 kilometres from the summit. So I'm just trying to smooth that out and then get the rest of it done. This is the reason Monte Grappa is so important. In World War I, this mountain was a key battleground as the Austro-Hungarians were trying to advance on the Venetian plains, and the Italians held them back when they encamped in this mountain, and they dug themselves in, made shooting holes and all sorts, and thousands of men died on these hills. And that's what the mausoleum up there, that's what that's all about. So that's a memorial for all of the Austro-Hungarian and Italian soldiers that died in World War I on this mountain. So it has a huge significance. There's a lot of history here. A lot of people died. But ultimately the Italians were victorious because the Austro-Hungarians didn't win World War I. So there's quite a lot of signs on the way up for the resistance, which sounds French actually, but the Italians saw it as resistance too. It's quite a moving place, and actually I've not enjoyed it quite as much as I would like to because I am in the bin. It was so hard getting up here, but the significance of the place, you know, I really wanted to see it. So I just kept going and kept going. So Monte Grappa, I wouldn't say completed it because I've only done one side, but at least I've started with the hardest side. If I do want to do it again, it's going to be easier.